What's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a really simple and easy and fun dog enrichment treat for St. Patrick's Day. So all you're going to need is a couple ingredients. We have some plain Greek yogurt hidden behind these frozen peas. And if you are using the peas like I'm doing in here, make sure to get either fresh or frozen. You don't want to get the canned kind because they usually have a bunch of salt added. Don't mind. My dog Tea's just making a bed. You just see his tail going. We're going to be using a banana. And then I'm also going to be using these from Crumbs Naturals. It's their sprinkles. And they have like, I think 2 different flavors. These are the beef sprinkles. And this is what's actually going to turn the color of one of the parts of our creation today. So in addition to that, I'm using a little bowl to mash the peas. My go-to for mashing anything for my recipes is a cocktail muddler. I use this in all my videos. It's in most of my blog posts. I just think this works really great and I feel like it's faster than a fork. Just a regular spoon. I have a piping bag. You can use, I create the initial outline of our design. You can use a plastic bag and cut a hole at the bottom, or I saw something the other day that I thought was genius and I haven't tried it out yet. So this is a pro tip if you want to try it. But I also saw, you know, those like plastic little like mustard or ketchup containers you see at like diner type restaurants, stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? I'll find a picture of it and put it on the screen here and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, those. I saw someone doing something with that and I'm like, oh, that's so smart because it's got such a narrow tip. You can really outline with that. This can be too, but it can also be bigger. So pro tip, if you have one of those from either something like that, a ketchup, mustard, a condiment, or maybe you use it for the homemade salad dressing, I don't know, try that too. That could work. But I use this to make my outlines just because it's easiest. And then we're going to be using Lickimats, which if you guys are new here, I love Lickimats for dogs. They are a really great enrichment activity that not only, of course, we create fun treats out of, but they help reduce stress, anxiety, boredom, all of that in dogs, because licking with dogs is a natural way for them to do that. So we are going to dive right into this. I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to make it together and have some fun. Let's do it. Oh, and by the way, I forget this every time, but if you love dog treat recipes, definitely check out my playlist. I have a ton on there. I've linked my blog post below, and if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see tons of those almost every single week. And I've also put a fun little thing below where you can get my free like mini Lickimat recipe guide. I've got like 4 or 5 recipes in that, and it's really fun. You sign up for my newsletter and you'll get fun treats delivered to your inbox every single week along with that fun guides. Okay, now I remembered. Now we can get started. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna grab our piping bag, plastic bag, or condiment container, whatever you got. And we're gonna put just maybe like 2 or 3 spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt in here. You don't need a lot because we're just making an outline of our design. And we are making a leprechaun hat. I thought that would be really fun. I love looking up clip art ideas on Pinterest of some new like designs and stuff to make for my Lickimats. And I saw that and I was like, oh, that would be perfect. So we're gonna be making that. So work your yogurt all the way down to the bottom. And then what I like to do, if you are using a piping bag like this, I always like to have it pointed kind of this way down because I feel like it actually draws quite well and a good design. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to use the shape of our Lickimat to our advantage to build our design. So we're going to use this whole bottom part to build the first part of the hat, and then we're going to build around it from there. So I'm going to come to the side here just so I don't hit my tripod. I'm already doing something. All right, so we're going to go here, go all the way across. Perfect. Line that. I'll go there. Perfect. Oops, I lost some of it. There we go. Come there. Okay. And then we're going to do the rest of our hat. And this is going to go all the way up and across to there too. So let me push this yogurt back down, pipe it on there so it doesn't come out. Perfect. We'll do this. And we're doing kind of like an angled hat. It's kind of like a Mad Hatter type, you know, design, if that, you know, helps you guys visualize it too. So perfect. Okay. So the last part that we're going to do with our lining is, you know how they always have like a buckle on the hat? We're going to build that right here. So I'm going to put this right across, and we're actually going to fill this in just a little bit because we're going to use our spoon here. If you have a knife next to you, you can also do that. And we're going to fold this in and fill it in so it kind of makes that little buckle part to start. And then what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab your sprinkles. Now, again, these are the beef sprinkles from Crumbs. You can use a lot of different things here. So for instance, if you wanted, you could even grab a treat. Like if you have like a little jerky piece of treat, you could do that across and make like a dark, you know, part of your belt buckle. This is just what I was using because I forgot I had these in the cabinet. I was like, oh, this would be really fun. With these sprinkles, they do have a serving size. If you get them, I'll read it here. It's maximum 2 teaspoons a day. This right here is like half a teaspoon. So it really doesn't take a lot. I'm going to sprinkle this across kind of gently. Ooh, that's like really good, guys. And this is going to make like, even though it's not black, you know, it's making our little belt buckle here. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that aside and put the lid back on here. What I like to do whenever I line something, or outline something, sorry, I actually will put this in the freezer for like 15 minutes, maybe 20 max. This is a great opportunity to get the rest of your stuff built up. Or if you wanted, you can also go ahead and like do something fun with your dog. You can do a quick tug session, anything like that. Play ball, take him outside on a walk, whatever. Then come back and finish this within like, you know, a minute or two. There's not a lot left to this, you guys. So I'm going to stick this in the freezer and then we're going to go ahead and finish the rest. Okay, and while our outline is freezing, let's go ahead and mash up our piece because again, this also takes just a couple minutes and this is a great thing to just go ahead and have done. So I like to pour, we don't need that much because we're just filling in the hat part. So I'll just do about that much. Put this off to the side. You may see a snoot come in here. Diesel's right there. He's so silly. Hopefully he stays right there and doesn't go, you know, into the tripod. He's actually very good at running into that. So I'm going to go ahead and actually speed this up so that we don't have to watch me do this for a couple minutes. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. These are really well mashed. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the frozen lined design that we've done. And also a little pro tip. I chose this Lickimat. This is the Lickimat Soother because frozen peas, when you mash them, fit really well in this design or in this style of Lickimat. They just kind of sink into it, which I like, and it makes it a better challenge for your dog to lick and enjoy. So I'm going to go get it, and then we can finish this. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed it from the freezer, and let's go ahead and pretty much finish our leprechaun hat. So I actually did go and get a knife, so I do recommend that. It's going to be easier than the spoon. And you're going to take your peas and fill in this area and this area down here to make your, you know, green hat. I'm actually going to dump a bunch of this in here and just spread it around. And always remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Your dog has no idea. Absolutely none. So I'm going to do this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and speed this up too. And then I'll show you the last step. Okay, so the last and final step, which honestly, if you wanted, you could finish it here. But I'm going to do one more thing, is I'm actually going to take a piece of a banana. And you can honestly use, you know, you can use your finger, you can use a knife, which I guess I am going to use because that was a bigger piece than I wanted. I'm losing the banana. Put that over there. And I'm actually going to take, if you want to be like extra, like legit, you can. Oops. Well, I am going to put it there. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. And this is going to make like the buckle. So if you wanted it like very accurate, I'd put it in a square. You'll do that. And then I'm going to grab my sprinkles one last time because you know how in like the buckle, the black part, you know, runs through the middle of the little part. We're going to do that. Grab the smallest little bit, put it right on top. And then you'll just stick that back in the freezer. You're still in the right amount of tablespoon serving or teaspoon servings that you need. And that is your leprechaun hat Lickimat for St. Patty's Day. I would put this in the freezer for maybe like 2 to 3 hours. If you're making this the night before, you're always good for overnight. And then you can give it to your pup and watch them enjoy. So what did you guys think? I hope you loved making this fun recipe for your dogs. And don't forget to check out my playlist and blog post link below so you can make a ton of awesome other treats for your pup that they'll enjoy. And again, I hope you have a fantastic St. Patrick's Day with your pup. See you in the next video. Bye, everybody.